In our last discussion before the Juneteenth video, I reflected on the African dance circle and what happens when the circle is no longer there. I asked what happens when there is no one holding rhythm while you're figuring yourselves out. That conversation stayed with me because it raises a few more questions for me. Like, when the circle changes or disappears, what begins shaping us? As well as what begins organizing how we relate to ourselves, to one another, and to our communities. We often ask whether an individual or a family is responsible for harmful behaviors. But maybe the more useful question is not where we place responsibility, but how it has been shaped. Perhaps the better question is, what rhythms have been organizing participation within this family, this community, or this culture? Because none of us develops in isolation, remember? We learn through participation. Participation begins before conscious choice. Long before we explain ourselves, we are already developing through our embodied relationship with others. Families have rhythms, communities have rhythms, school have rhythms, culture has rhythms. Some rhythms cultivate curiosity, accountability, belonging, connection, and yes, even joy. Others cultivate fear and silence, disconnection, shame, or violence. Those rhythms shape development. Yet, they do not determine destiny. Nope, they don't determine our destiny. Every human being retains the capacity to participate differently. Accountability remains essential, not because we develop in isolation, but because we always have the possibility of reorganizing our participation. At the same time, families and communities also carry responsibility through stewardship. They are not responsible for every choice a person makes because a person has their own stewardship that they are responsible for. Let me not forget that piece. But they are responsible for rhythms they cultivate and sustain. Healing then is not only an individual task, it is also the work of restoring healthier rhythms within families, communities, and culture. So I'll leave you with 3 questions to reflect on, and I hope to see some comments following this video. But the first question, what rhythms are organizing your participation? What rhythms are helping, let's take it back. What rhythms are you helping to cultivate within your family, workplace, and community? And how are you participating in someone else's development? In my next conversation, I'll introduce a framework I've been developing called, and this is just a temporary name, y'all, Spiral Rhythm Organization. Spiral Rhythm Organization, where I'll explore why I believe participation begins before conscious choice and how rhythms help us understand human development. So please, check it out in the comment box. Give me your thoughts because I can't develop this alone. Again, it's not in isolation. We need each other, and I see you all. I look to hear from you.